There's no way around it. It saved my life.
A restaurant in Farmington is not only feeding people, but is also serving their souls.
Somebody cried, why?
The world's largest family history celebration starts today, and everyone is welcome to join.
Can you put it in your can?
Can you put it in your can? Provo City creatively reminds people about the green yard waste season. Welcome to NewsLine. It's Thursday, February 25th. I'm Tucker Thompson.
And I'm Catherine. Across the U.S., the number of the new COVID cases is on the decline, and more Americans are getting vaccinated. However, variants of the virus could rise in just weeks.
As Britt Conway reports, vaccine manufacturers are speeding up their game, and health experts are pleading for Americans to stick with critical safety measures.
It is the worst I have ever felt in my life.
Bree Smith thinks she got COVID-19 while she was shopping. Her story is one of millions at this point. The daily count of confirmed cases is going down, but medical experts say we're not out of the woods.
We have to keep our eye on the ball.
This is the ball, the UK variant. The CDC says the US could see a surge in cases because it spreads more easily, and it could end up becoming the predominant variant here by mid to late March. The good news? Studies have shown it may be responsive to the vaccines on the market right now, but that's not the case with every variant.
They may be more contagious, they may be more lethal, and now we're worried that the vaccines may not be as effective against them. So we're going to have to monitor this very, very closely.
The head of the CDC says efficacy is something the agency is looking at.
These vaccine responses are not as neutralizing against variants.
So vaccine manufacturers are stepping up their game. Moderna has designed an updated version of its vaccine for primary use and as a booster. Pfizer says it's laying the groundwork for a booster too. And there's new data that shows the Johnson & Johnson vaccine works better against the South African variant than data initially suggested. Experts say case numbers will likely fall again by summer. But until then,
one of the most impactful things we can do is wear a mask.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
The Utah National Guard's mobile vaccination team is now serving Utahns at the Maverick Center. The soldiers and airmen are stepping up to support the Utah Department of Health's COVID-19 response. The National Guardsmen have been helping in this capacity for a week. They want to make the process as quick as possible for those who are receiving the vaccination.
Our goal is to get people in and out in 30 minutes. Right now, I think we're doing 1,500 cars a day.
About 10 soldiers manage the vaccination site at one time. They register people and direct them through the 6 outdoor lanes in the Maverick Center parking lot. More than 375 members of the National Guard are currently assigned to help with Utah's COVID-19 response.
A man from Oregon sues the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for sexual abuse. David Heiser says his youth leader from Ron Curley sexually abused him as a child. Heiser, who is a member of the church, is suing for $5.5 million in damages. Heiser says he warned the church about the abuse, but they ignored him. The church says it has zero tolerance for abuse of any kind and announced a new set of updated guidelines in 2018 for how male bishops should handle sexual assault reports.
The bill which would bar transgender girl students from participating in school sports has stalled on the Hill. There are only 7 days left in the session, meaning that they may never vote on it. However, the senators still have the opportunity to take the bill directly to the floor on one of the session's final days. The Utah Senate votes unanimously in favor of a bill that bans police from publicly releasing mugshots until a person has been convicted of a crime. Under the bill, mugshots would become a protected record. Police couldn't share them with the public or media unless that person is convicted or a judge orders their release. Photos could also be released if the person is an imminent threat or wanted. The bill needs one final procedural vote in the Senate before moving to the governor's desk.
Dixie State students hold a rally at the Utah Capitol to support the school's name change.
I'm getting to that point in the next year where I'm going to be on those interviews.
The students held signs that read, "For the love of our future, we need your support," and "Change the name." They also chanted, "Take it to the floor," urging the legislature to revisit the stalled bill. The name change bill comes from students and others wanting to separate the school from the racist connotations of the word Dixie. Students, parents, alumni, and community members are voting to change Bountiful High School's mascot. In November, Davis School District made the decision to change the high school mascot. Former Bountiful Braves can now vote between 4 mascots. The choices are the Bears, the Trailblazers, the Lightning Bolts, or the Red Hawks. Anyone who wants to vote can do so by filling out an online poll found on the district's website. The votes will be taken into account, but the final decision will be made by the Bountiful High School administration.
Crews will soon finish the remodel at the Orem Family Fitness Center, and the city will hold a grand opening on March 20th.
NewsLine reporter Andrew Reed shows us what the new center looks like.
The renovation at the Orem Fitness Center is wrapping up and will soon reopen. The fitness center has many new additions, including an elevated indoor track, a new functional fitness area, and large cardio and strength areas. There are also several full-court basketball, volleyball, and pickleball courts.
We're right around $29 million for the entire project. It's being funded by a bond that the city voted for overwhelmingly 2 years ago.
Orem residents voted 2 years ago to fund the remodel through the Cultural Arts and Recreation Tax, which is how the city received the bond money. Crews flipped the building, so now people will enter the parking lot from the north side instead of the south, and the parking lot has 235 new parking spots. For people like Evelyn Bettridge, the city has also kept the pool but added upgrades.
They put the bleachers in, and that is amazing for like races and stuff like that.
They have kept the 50-meter pool, added spectator seating, and painted all of the walls.
The new locker rooms are amazing. Like they're super, they're a lot less sketchy, I guess, than they originally were.
The new fitness center, I think it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be way better than the old one with all of the improvements and upgrades they're doing.
Because of COVID-19, they will enforce social distancing guidelines and cleaning.
Machines are being placed in a 6-foot social distancing pattern.
On March 17th, 18th, and 19th, people can sign up on the Orem Recreation website to get a tour of the new center and can even sign up for memberships on those days. Reporting for NewsLine in Orem, I'm Andrew Reed.
Roots Tech's online 3-day conference kicks off today.
Somebody sing. Hello, hello, hello. Somebody sing.
This year's Roots Tech conference is exclusively online and can be accessed through FamilySearch.org. More than 500,000 participants have registered for the conference, making it the largest gathering in the event's 10-year history.
You will have access to classes taught by instructors from around the world, as well in multiple languages. We will also be treated to inspiring keynotes from every corner of the globe.
This conference's many keynote speakers include Our Black Ancestry founder Sharon Leslie Morgan, The Chosen's actor Eric Avari, and Jeffrey R. Holland from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The conference runs today through Saturday.
Provo City releases a video to remind people it's green yard waste season.
Yard waste only goes in green cans, garbage goes in black cans, and the blue ones for recycling.
The video, dubbed The Garbage Can, uses the can melody and a singing colonial man to explain how to put your trash out correctly and what to put in it or leave out of it. The video gives 3 things to remember. First, if your lid doesn't close, your can is too full. Second, don't leave extra trash next to your can and don't mix garbage with yard waste. And third, put your can out before 6 a.m. to avoid missed pickups even on holidays. With the reminder, when in doubt, put it out.
The Hogle Zoo's polar bear, Hope, has found a new home in Chicago. Hogle Zoo says Hope is adjusting to her new home well. The zoo shared these photos of Hope looking happy in the Great Bear Wilderness Habitat in the Brookfield Zoo. We are told Hope is receiving the highest level of care from her new keepers and staff. Even though staff at Hogle Zoo miss her, they know she will receive lots of love from her new animal friends, co-workers, and patrons at Brookfield.
New York's governor is under fire for sexual harassment. Find out who is accusing the Big Apple's governor of misconduct and what they say happened.
50 pilot whales stranded in New Zealand are rescued. We'll show you the heroic effort to get them back into the ocean.
A wild sheep gets 75 pounds of his wool shaved off. We'll show you what this sheep looked like before his haircut.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at SheCanSTEM.
The chief of the U.S. Capitol Police says she did know armed extremists would be near the Capitol the day of the riots. Yogananda Pittman's testimony was released today at a hearing investigating the riots at the Capitol. Pittman says the department's preparation was based on information they got from the FBI and other sources. They told police to prepare for a protest, but there was no indication of a coordinated attack. A former assistant to New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is releasing new details on the sexual harassment she says she experienced while working for him. Lindsay Boylan says that the governor kissed her and suggested strip poker. Boylan also claims Cuomo would compare his female employees to his ex-girlfriends and send them roses on Valentine's. Governor Cuomo says that Boylan's comments just aren't true.
Rescuers saved 28 of the 50 pilot whales recently stranded in New Zealand's South Island. Volunteers of the nonprofit Project Jonah had been trying to refloat the animals since Monday. They managed to herd the whales into deeper water. Video captured 2 pilot whales reuniting after the rescue. The spot is known for whale strandings, with up to 700 whales found beached there in 2017. A wild sheep is slimming down after volunteers shaved off over 75 pounds of his wool. An Australian nonprofit, which saves and cares for wild animals, found the sheep in the forest. The caretakers named the sheep Ba Rock and shaved nearly 80 pounds of wool off him, which let them take out grass seeds stuck into his body and wedged into his eye. Edgar's mission says Ba Rock is already making friends with his new sheep buddies.
A chicken restaurant that doubles as a place to help those struggling with addiction.
And that it's something that we should address in the forefront and not be afraid of.
Why the employees call it a lifesaver.
Here you get to walk through it.
Visitors can now return to Dreamscapes in Salt Lake City. We'll give you a sneak peek at the new and improved art exhibit.
The chicken wars heat up. Find out who is stepping up their chicken sandwich game.
And coming up next, spring blooms in California. Plus what you need to know about a weather storm in Utah this weekend. Stay tuned.
You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip, and here's why. Bitterness keeps you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put
Utah restaurant serves more than just a quick bite. NewsLine reporter Rachel Smith tells us who they help and how they change employees' lives. Rachel?
Sticky Bird in Farmington offers more than just a mean plate of chicken. They also teach valuable life skills to those battling addiction. The restaurant is a department of Red Barn Academy, a therapy community that helps people overcome addiction, develop good habits, and do the next right thing. 6 years ago, Brandon Howard teamed up with the Red Barn founder to help make the restaurant concept a reality.
It started with the loss of life of somebody that couldn't overcome addiction and actually relapsed. They had this feeling that they couldn't overcome their own circumstances.
Sticky Bird helps Red Barn Academy students learn skills to help them as they re-enter the workplace.
We created a Sticky Bird to be a life skills training center for the students of Red Barn Farms Academy, teach them life skills so that as they continue on their path of progression, they had the means to create income and interject themselves back into the world that they wanted to live into.
In addition to teaching life skills, they're also bringing awareness to addiction.
This disease affects everybody in some way, shape, or form, and that it's something that we should address in the forefront and not be afraid of. It's something we should talk about as much as we talk about cancer and other, life-threatening diseases.
Jason Webb is a student at Red Barn Academy and works at Sticky Bird.
There's no way around it. It saved my life. I believe that I've helped save others' lives because of what we do.
Webb says he's also learned the value in helping others, which is why he extended his time at the academy for another year.
Where I can give and the real person that stands inside of me can come out and just help.
For more on the Sticky Bird story, visit sticky-bird.com. Reporting for NewsLine in Farmington, I'm Rachel Smith.
You can walk through a 17,000 square foot maze of colorful sculptures that bring surreal art to life. As NewsLine reporter Chloe Stewart tells us, the Dreamscapes immersive art experience is now open again.
After temporarily closing and moving to a new location, Dreamscapes customers can now view the new and improved art exhibit at the Gateway Shopping Center in Salt Lake City. Described as a labyrinth, Dreamscapes is an art museum with a twist.
Our first exhibit was built in March of 2019, and so that was supposed to be a 3-month pop-up, and then we had the opportunity to expand and move to a bigger facility.
More than 100 local artists, builders, and volunteer art lovers worked together to create the museum using only repurposed, recycled, and donated materials, making Dreamscapes Utah's first environmentally sustainable art attraction. Each room in the museum has a different theme, and you never know what could come next.
I like to say that unlike a traditional gallery where you're looking at a painting on the wall, here you get to walk through it.
It takes about 45 to 60 minutes to walk through the maze from start to finish. The exhibit is not just visual. The designers incorporated sounds and even smells into each part of the exhibit to enhance the experience.
Everything is designed with intention, from the soundscapes to the scents that we put in the spaces, and we just keep adding to it.
Built with adults and kids in mind, Dreamscapes provides an experience that all ages can enjoy. Dreamscapes is open Thursdays through Sundays, starting at noon. To learn more or buy tickets, visit dreamscapeslc.org. Reporting for NewsLine in Salt Lake City, I'm Chloe Stewart.
Look how gorgeous these mustard blooms are in San Francisco, California. This is what we would call a super bloom, which brings lots of people for pictures. Being a California native, I have seen these in person. They really are a sight to see. However, Mother Nature hasn't blessed us with these blooms yet. This is what I wanted to show y'all. Up here in Oregon and Washington, you can see the blue and the green coming down. That is rain and snow. But here's what that means for us here in Utah. For tomorrow, we are going to be having some more winter conditions as well as some snow in the mountains. On Saturday, though, however, we will see more snow in the valleys and in the mountains, as well as a 35 miles per hour wind speed. Let's take a look at today's temperatures. For today, Logan, 34 is your high, 23 is your low, Salt Lake City, 40 is your high, 27 is your low. We're pretty much staying really chilly in the next couple of hours today, but we get down to St. George, 57 and 33 down here is your high and low, but you are on a wind weather watch. Be careful of trees, and again, driving, be careful of that as well. Let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. You have beautiful skies looking ahead of you, gorgeous till Tuesday. You will see some clouds rolling in as well, but you're looking at in the 60s and the 50s all throughout the week. For northern Utah, the next couple of days we are going to be getting hit pretty hard, but we can look forward to the end of the weekend and Monday where we will see some sun. So we will have some winter conditions, but look forward to the sun as well. That's all I have for you.
Cows everywhere breathe a sigh of relief.
Why the fast food chicken sandwiches wars are heating up again.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
The fast food chicken wars are heating up.
Sierra Isasaga is here to tell us who entered the chicken competition and how people are reacting. Sierra?
That is right, y'all. The chicken wars are back and McDonald's is a hot new competitor.
Battle of the chicken sandwiches.
Battle of the chicken sandwiches. I had enough of Popeye stealing Chick-fil-A's customers.
The chicken sandwich war is still going on. Chick-fil-A would never give me something like this.
I think you'll stick with Popeyes.
This is way better than Popeyes.
McDonald's introduced 3 versions of a new fried chicken sandwich this week to compete with Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. The crispy chicken sandwich is topped with pickles and served on a buttered and toasted potato roll. There's also a spicy version and a deluxe version of the new sandwich. And people are flocking to McDonald's to compare the new sandwich with other competitors. Brooks H. says, "You need to try this sandwich, just as good, if not better than Chick-fil-A, and a much more reasonable price point." And then Rain said, "Try the new McDonald's chicken sandwich. Don't worry, Popeyes, no competition." There are clearly some mixed opinions on the new McDonald's chicken sandwich, but one thing is certain. The chicken wars are not going away anytime soon. And now McDonald's has entered the arena. Back to you guys.
Kids are cashing in on lost teeth.
The money the tooth fairy is leaving under pillows is at an all-time high. According to Delta Dental, the tooth fairy is dishing out about $4.70 per tooth. That is the largest amount in 23 years. The previous high was $4.66 in 2017. The average price per tooth varies across regions, and the price continues to rise for parents of ages 6 to 12. While Santa and the Easter Bunny have always been known for giving gifts, the tooth fairy now feels they must also be a gift giver. Time will tell if we see the price of children's pearly whites continue to rise.
Thanks for joining us today for Newsline.
For more information on our stores or to share them with your friends, check out our website at universe.byu.edu/Newsline. Have a great day.